We hope it'll inspire you to share your experiences of bereavement and grief during the pandemic to help improve the support that's available to others in the future.
So let's introduce our guests. We're joined today by Julia Samuel, MBE, one of the UK's leading psychotherapists and author of 2 best-selling books on grief, This Too Shall Pass and Grief Works. We have TV presenter Jeff Brazier, and we have the amazing Holly McNish, who will be sharing some beautiful poetry with us later from her new collection.
We also have the wonderful Amber Jeffrey, whose podcast, Grief Gang, is helping to bring conversations about grief to a wider audience, and social commentator and campaigner Patrick Vernon, OBE, with Fran Hull from COVID-19 Bereaved Families for Justice. They'll be talking later about how COVID has changed the support people are getting through grief.
And finally, Sonali Deraniyagala will share her insights on the long-term impact of grief. Sonali lost her husband and parents and 2 sons in the Indian tsunami of 2004. But first, let's hear from Jackie.
So my name's Jackie Masinga. I go by Jackie or Jabs. Jabs is like a nickname. And I lost my dad in 2015. He went missing for 6 weeks, and then he was found drowned in the River Aire in Leeds. So there was not just the grief itself, but then kind of that whole 6-week period of wondering where he is, and just kind of your life is on standstill. Ultimately, like, after some time, I came to realize I also hadn't really dealt with my grief properly, because I was just on the go, trying to sort things out, trying to support like my mom. I'm like an only child. I felt quite isolated because I was like still like very much in the grieving process and surrounded by some people who didn't necessarily kind of understand. I think there's a assumption that after the funeral, that's when everything is kind of settled and that's when you're expected to start moving on. But for me, I think the funeral kind of marked the kind of proper start of the grieving process, because before that I was just on autopilot. I think one of the most difficult parts of it, and one of the most challenging times I've had in my life, because you do kind of lose a lot of friends that you don't expect to. A lot of people, maybe they're scared to talk to you because they don't want to say the wrong thing. They kind of want to respect a distance. They don't want to be too much in your personal business. Some people really, if it's not all laughs and fun, they don't want to be around you. That's just the sad fact of life. They want to be there when times are good and not